Hello, and welcome to another edition of All or Not According to Jack with your host, Jack Toledano. So, this is a very interesting night. First of all, um, probably not going to have a recording for at least another week or so because, hello, I am going on vacation tomorrow. Uh, Familia and I are going to Ireland. I can't wait. It's going to be fun. So, uh, and earlier tonight, well, actually, let's rewind for a minute. Both my children got me to watch this HBO series, Succession, and it was my goal to try and finish the series before we left for our trip. And I did just finish the series tonight. And, oh wow, something else. Uh, if you're into the Rupert Murdoch and high stakes of corporate espionage and corporate screwing and all that kind of stuff, the show might be for you. There was 4 seasons, 10 episodes a season, except for season 3, which was 9 episodes. 39 total 1 hour episodes. And let me tell you, these episodes dragged. But if you're into that kind of thing, you may want to check it out. It's very cool. I really enjoyed it, and I'll probably have an episode to talk about it at some point. But at least not until I get back from Ireland. Some other episode ideas that I have for the future. I'm going to do my top 10 desert island discs. I might have a special guest for that one. Uh, what else? Some other things. Reviewing the reviewer. That will be back once I get back. I have an idea in the hopper, working on it now, but I don't want to reveal too much other than it is a big band from the 70s, and it will be very cool. And that's that. So, on to tonight's topic. And this had also been in the works for a while, and I feverishly worked on this while I was in Florida. Basically, that list that I had for the Prog15 Plus super list of all songs 15 minutes and above, well, I put a top 20 list together, and I'm about to give it to you. And, this list is not as easy as any standard song list because most songs are 3 to 5 minutes. This is 15 plus. You got to listen to these songs over and over and over just to get them down, to make sure that these are your actual top songs. Some other rules. Basically, I only did one song per band so that I can spread the love around to a lot of different bands. What else? Yeah, that's about it. So let's go to the list, share the screen, get there. And there you have it. The Prog15 Plus top 20 songs. Oh yeah, so another thing, and basically this list is about 6 hours and 30 minutes. So other what other ground rules did I have? Or can't think of it. That's the beauty of live TV. You forget what you're going to say because it's non-scripted most of the time. That's what it is. So so there are some famous bands in here. And then there's some not so famous bands. And what I tried to do is I tried to take out of the equation, I tried not to favor the more famous bands. I tried to stick in some bands that were not so famous, but yet some underground favorites, but yet they had basically crafted a great song. So you're going to see that here. So please don't be surprised. Another thing, so I put this list in Spotify together while I was upstate over the weekend. With the goal was when I got in the car to head home to Long Island, I was going to play the whole list through, and I wanted to see how far I got to. So we're going to go 20 down to 1. So as a little quiz for all of you as we go through this, what number do you think I got to when I pulled into my driveway on Long Island? So I don't know. For example, could be 5, 6, 7, etc. See what number you guess what number you think I got to when I pulled into my driveway. And mind you, this is about anywhere from a 4 to 5 hour drive normally. So, all right, here we go. So number 20. And oh, another thing, it's mostly prog rock. There is some prog metal thrown in. There's some hard rock. There is some, standard metal. And we'll see where we land from there. So number 20. This is a band that I've liked for a long time, and they are not a prog rock band. Always does that to me. Iced Earth. So this is the format. So it's band, song, album, and the length of time for the song. But Iced Earth, Dante's Inferno. So it's a favorite early album by Iced Earth with singer Matt Barlow. Little Devil Worship to start the day. 16 minutes of it. First time I ever heard this song was on their 3-disc live album, Alive in Athens. And yeah, what a hell of a journey through the depths of hell. But very cool. Check it out. Again, a little bit of a different perspective. All right, so number 19. And this is a prog rock / prog metal band from England, Porcupine Tree. Anesthetize, off of Fear of a Blank Planet. Bit mellow with some heavier riffs interspersed. Also sounds a bit more modern than some of the older prog rock that you might see on this list. Also, at the end, I'd like you to guess how many. So where are these bands from? How many are from England? How many are from the US? How many are from other places like Holland or Sweden or Norway, etc.? So when we get to that, at the end, we'll talk about that. Number 18, another metal band. And this is going to probably round out most of the standard metal. But I would categorize this as more metal / prog metal. Iron Maiden, Empire of the Clouds, Book of Souls. Song written by singer Bruce Dickinson. So had Rime of the Ancient Mariner been 15 minutes or above, it would have been a shoo-in. But instead, we have Empire of the Clouds. Starts with a nice piano by Bruce himself. Their standard metal, 18 minutes of it. Good stuff on what I think was a great album. All right. So next, number 17. This might be a little bit of a surprise for prog rock purists that, from 70s rock. Genesis, Supper's Ready, off of Foxtrot. Peter Gabriel era, very whimsical, similar to Mr. Tull in some ways. Haha. For me, the high points were the 11 mark and the 16-minute mark. Very whimsical. You know what? Great song. I'm not really a Genesis fan, but they deserve to be here. It's just that I think there are 16 better songs, so that's just the way it goes. Sorry, Genesis fans. I do like it, though. Okay, number 15. Dreamscape. End of Light is the name of the song, off of End of Silence. What can we say about Dreamscape? So they They're a prog metal band from Germany. Very cinematic and enjoyable. Very similar to two prog metal bands that will be mentioned later. Hint, hint. But yeah, no, very, 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 like I said, very cinematic. Really enjoyed it. Good stuff. Check them out. This is from, when was this made? So, number 16. This was from 2004. All right. Number 15, a favorite band of mine. Rush, 2112. Off of 2112. Now, I will say that I was contemplating another long song of theirs, Fountain of Lamneth, off of Caress of Steel, but the more familiar one won out in the end. Great song. I have to tell you, Neil, Alex, and Getty, very gutsy doing what they did. They were on the verge of collapsing or losing their record label. Their record label was going to drop them because Caress of Steel wasn't that successful. They said, "Oh, we need something more familiar, something more radio friendly in your next album." So what did they do? They stuck to their laurels, and they gave us yet another big, another big great epic. And guess what? They succeeded. And then their body of work after that speaks for itself. Thank God. Thank God, knock on wood, that they were able to weather the storm. Okay, number 14. A little bit of a surprise that this fell a little lower on the list. I don't think Mr. Pardo is going to like me for this one. Yes, Close to the Edge, off of Close to the Edge. A great song indeed. There were a lot of choices that I could have chosen. I think out of all the bands, Yes has the most 15 plus songs. And yes, they are prog rock at its finest. Many choices for Yes, but this classic wins in the end. I love Rick Wakeman's organ towards the end of the song, where it goes into that chamber music type organ. It was amazing. But again, 13 songs were better, including this one from a band from Norway, Wobbler. They had a few choices as well, but I went with Mary Macabre, Dwellers of the Deep. Excellent vocals in this one. They don't have vocals in a lot of their songs, but they did in this one. Even sounded a little bit like Yes. Great keyboards, but this is definitely something to have in your collection if you have a lot of long drives and a lot of long trips like I've had in the last 2 years. So there you have it. And I did meet these guys, and I did interview them for Sea of Tranquility many years ago at Nearfest. They were all very cool dudes, very approachable, very easy to talk to. I think I even spoke to the keyboardist. I don't remember his name, but he played the Mellotron. Good shit, man. Really good. All right. Number 12. This is a prog rock band from the early 70s who you might be familiar with on, as a deeper classic rock track. Band that sings the song Hocus Pocus. Focus. Hamburger Concerto. Almost sounds like Uriah Heep in the beginning with that, that keyboard organ. Then it goes into a classical score and a Beatle-like riff from Abbey Road. Otherwise, very nice mix of classical and rock. And he does a little bit of yodeling, not too much, not as much as the 7-minute Hocus Pocus, but really impressed me from these guys. All right. So number 11, what do we have? So this is a number 11. This was released in 1975. A prog rock band from England. Caravan. Deb song concerto. Cunning stunts. A little play on words there. I won't tell you what it really means. Nice acoustic beginning. Picks up at the 220 mark. Really starts to cook at about the 520 mark. So that's number 11, Caravan. Number 10, another lesser known band, and this is also, well, actually, this is from 2000. This is a long-time band, but this was recorded in 2000. This was a band from Sweden, talking the Flower Kings. I Am the Sun. Some really nice synths in the beginning. Has a nice spacey, airy feel to it. Good stuff. Flower Kings at number 10. This was really important that I got this right. I wanted my top 10 to be really good, powerful stuff. And yes, these guys killed it for me. Maybe if you heard it, you'd understand why. All right. Number 9. I think I might redeem myself in the eyes of Mr. Pete Pardo and Mr. Rick Labonte for this next one. And yes, I am starting to love these guys myself. Uriah Heep, Salisbury. Great, great song. Only one 15-plus minute song for Uriah Heep, but you know what? They killed it in this one. There's some horns mixed with some great Ken Hensley keyboards. This is their classic lineup. David Byron singing. I believe this is from 1971. Yes, and of course, great guitar playing interspersed by guitarist Mick Box, the only longtime member, started from the beginning, still with the Heapsters. Good job, guys. All right, Heap number 9. Also, for that quiz earlier, when I asked you what number would we be up to when I pulled into my driveway, winner, winner, chicken dinner. It was. And this was actually towards the tail end of the song. At about the 2 minutes left to go in the song, I physically backed into my driveway. So there you have it. So that was what? 12 songs I got through for that 4-hour ride down the New York corridor, down the Taconic State Parkway. All right. So now we get to our top 8. Soft Machine, Hazard Profile, Bundles, prog rock, jazz fusion at its finest. Amazing mix of prog rock and jazz fusion. Probably one of the best instrumentals in this entire top 20. Awesome, awesome stuff. I really dawned on me as I was down in Daytona driving on International Drive past the Speedway. I'm like, wow, this is some really good shit. These guys have to really rank. So, good job. When was this one made? This was 1975 again. Okay. Number 7. And number 7 is prog metal. There are going to be some prog metal towards the end here as we get down the list. Liquid Tension Experiment, a Mike Portnoy project, probably one of his first. Starts out with a baby crying when the water breaks, right after the water broke. Even more great instrumentals and virtuosos. I mean, can't say enough about his drumming, Portnoy's drumming. Amazing, amazing stuff. Good job, man. that's that. Okay, we're going to take a quick break for a second. All right. I'll be right back. Right, we're back. Don't you just love it when there are no real commercials? Drink Coke Zero. Just kidding. No commercials. So, okay, so let's go back and reshare. Okay, so number 7 was Liquid Tension Experiment, When the Water Breaks, as we mentioned. Number 6 is going to be very familiar. Oops. Doesn't like to advance on me. Dream Theater. Illumination Theory by the self-titled album Dream Theater. Probably the best of Dream Theater's epics by a nose, and they had a few. It was a very tough choice for me, but I really like this one. More great instrumentals. These guys just kill it. So number 6, Dream Theater, Illumination Theory. All right. So now getting to the very best, the cream of the crop. Number 5, and this harkens back to my college days. Pink Floyd, Shine On You Crazy Diamond, parts 1 and 2. Stuck them together. So that was another rule. If you had 2 songs that were a little bit less than 15 minutes, but they were the same name on the same album, I fused them together and I counted it. If, for example, Symphony X had 2 songs that with the same name on different albums, that I did not count. But this I did. What can I say about Shine On You Crazy Diamond? This, I mean, hanging out in the suite at Bevier Hall in SUNY New Paltz, listening to this, chilling with a drink, several drinks, that is, and listening to this, awesome, just awesome. Nice mix of, really nice long build of the keyboards. What else? Very, jazzy in spots, mellow, great guitar by David Gilmour. I love it. But again, or better. Okay, so what is number 4? And no, this was a tough decision for this to beat out a bunch of others, but you know what? This really, really kills it for me ever since I heard it the first time. Boxbeard, From the Darkness, from the album X. Timing changes, heavy, mellow, lush piano. Fell in love with this one a long time ago. This was at a time when I was still collecting CDs and I was trying to get into some new bands. And I heard their name come up a bunch of times. So I bought this a little bit after it came out. And wow, this song just really spoke to me. Check it out if you haven't heard it. Very atmospheric, a bit heavy in spots, but awesome. Okay. The next 3, I don't think are going to be very much of a surprise for me. I am planning on doing a ranking the albums of this band after I get back from Ireland with a special guest. I won't say who at this time, but number 3, Symphony X, The Odyssey, song with the album of the same name, tells the story of Homer's Iliad. Excellent acoustic and electric guitar by Michael Romeo. Michael Piniella kills it as always with his great piano playing. But I very atmospheric in parts again, a little heavier in spots. But I absolutely love some of Michael Romeo's acoustic guitar passages. Really nice. Now, when I did ranking the songs of Symphony X with Pete Pardo, I had taken Divine Wings of Tragedy a little higher than the Odyssey, but that song has really grown on me and it really speaks to me. And if I could only take one, I would easily have taken them both, but decided to show this song some love. So here it is. Check it out if you haven't. This is a must. Okay. On to the top two. I don't think number two is going to be much of a surprise for everybody. Jethro Tull, Thick as a Brick. So in my collection, I only took about half the song for my my list within Spotify, but the whole album is 45 minutes long. It's all one song. Notice the cover has a little bit of a worn newspaper look, which I really liked that. Thought that was very cool. I didn't want any special editions. I wanted it to look like the original cover. All about an 8-year-old boy who wrote this poem. Martin Bostock, I believe his name was. Won a contest, and the idea was that Ian Anderson wrote the music to it, but in real life, Ian Anderson was a little pissed off because they all said that they called Aqualung a concept album, which he said it wasn't. So then he said, if they want a concept album, I'm going to give them the mother of all concept albums. And he had visions of Monty Python and doing a bit of a spoof. But you want to know something? Spoof or not, he said the Americans didn't get the joke. Well, you know what? This is an amazing, amazing piece of music. Check it out if you haven't. The first Tull album I ever bought in the 70s was MU, The Best of Jethro Tull. It only had edition 1. That goes for about 3 minutes. I fell in love immediately. I had to hear more. I eventually bought the album. I think I also had then I bought the second Best of Jethro Tull. That had edition 4. More great stuff. Okay. So drum roll for the top. What is number 1? And I got to tell you, to me, this is the absolute best. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Tarkus. Keith Emerson just absolutely kills it on the keyboards for 21 minutes. Absolute amazing stuff. I once watched, I was flipping through some YouTube videos, and I saw a guy who covered Tarkus, a good keyboard player. It took him a year to learn all the parts and assemble all the what do they call, the samples for his keyboard to make it sound like Keith Emerson's keyboards. That's, what a difficult piece of music this is. Of course, you have the great vocals of Greg Lake, Keith, Carl Palmer, great drummer. Awesome stuff. So let's talk about, who is the winner as far as countries go? So 20 entries, five countries were tied at number 1 with one band each. So you had Canada, Germany, Holland, Norway, and Sweden. In second place was the good old US of A with 5. Number 1 with 10 bands out of this top 20 list. Great Britain, where so much amazing music has come from. Good job. Good job to all bands. Good job to all countries. Music, the universal language. Okay, so I think I'll stop sharing. Oh, that was exhilarating. I hope you enjoyed that. I really did. So don't laugh about me being in a tank top. It has been a hot September here in the Eastern Corridor, sweltering here on Long Island. It was even hot upstate when I was working on my second home. So, but this is the last day I get to wear one of these because I don't think I'll need one of these in Ireland. So, wish me bon voyage, and I will see you all when I get back in another, I don't know, week and a half. You know what? If you are super jonesing for more content, please feel free to check out my back catalog. I would very much welcome you to go ahead and help me out and, help me with my views. My very first episode is languishing at 940 something views. I'd love to get it over 1K if you want to go back to humble beginnings and see where I started. Only 5 minutes long. Check it out. Another great one that's getting close was Mr. Chris Allo and I doing our review of Judas Priest concert in Albany about a little over a year. A year and a, was it last year? No, a year and a half ago in October. Great show. I would love it if you, help that one, show me the love there. And then some others. If you're into Seinfeld, check out my back catalog of Seinfeld. I've got all the playlists nice and marked. So plenty of stuff to go view if you're bored one afternoon. Anyway, I babbled enough. Have a good one. Love you all. And I will see you soon. Jack Toledano, speaking for All or Not according to Jack. Have a good one, folks.